It's time now for Eye on Education. It's been a challenge over the years for Indiana's largest school district to get more teachers from diverse backgrounds into the classroom. IPS is tackling the challenge head on in a new, innovative way through a program called Proving What's Possible. There's a lot in it for educators, including paid residencies, and for IPS, which hopes new salary hikes for teachers will make the district one of the most attractive in the entire country. For more on Proving What's Possible, the initiative, pleased to be joined by IPS Director of Talent and Acquisition, Alex Moseman. And Alex, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Gary. It's great to be here.
Proving What's Possible. This is a big initiative and a big effort on the part of IPS. Give us a thumbnail description of really what this is all about.
Yeah, really, it's about making sure that as a district, we're providing a lot of pathways for folks to become employed in the district and retain in the district, and specifically with the focus on making sure that we are reflecting the diversity of our student population and our staff population. So increasing the diversity of staff, both at the teaching ranks, at the leader ranks, and across staff as well.
How do you do it? Give us an idea, maybe of some of the elements of this initiative that you hope are going to keep people in the district, but also attract some new faces in as well.
Yeah, so two of the initiatives that we're launching under Proving What's Possible. The first is the Indy Teach Apprenticeship, which is a program that was piloted out of Crystal House, which we're bringing into the district to grow and expand. And that's really going to decrease a lot of the barriers to the teaching field that we see across the landscape, but specifically ones that impact diverse populations. So that's one of the ways in which we're hoping to attract and retain more diverse teacher candidates. And then we're also launching the IPS Principal Residency, which is the only district in the state currently to have a principal residency, and so hoping again to build that strong bench of leaders who are ready to step into a school leadership position long term and continue to drive results for students. And
really, I think it's interesting to note that you really feel that this is really building upon what has been some success in the talent attraction and retention game there at IPS. There have been some positive developments over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have the highest starting teacher salary in Indiana. We have the largest teacher leadership program in the state, and we have a 12% increase in teacher retention over the last 4 years.
Yeah, and part of how much of it, Alex, too, is awareness. What you just mentioned there, and just the fact making people aware of those elements and what's available and what it's like to work in IPS, that awareness issue.
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the pieces that we're really excited about here with Proving What's Possible is the opportunity to make sure that we're continuing to not only decrease the barriers to the profession, but we're decreasing the barriers for folks to really engage and celebrate their work in the district. And so we started with some small internal pieces, and we're excited to continue to roll some new initiatives out throughout the rest of the school year as well.
Yeah. How wide is the net you're going to be throwing out there? I mean, certainly, I imagine you're looking around the state of Indiana, but is this a nationwide initiative?
So I think our focus really is going to be on kind of owning our backyard, having a really strong presence here in Indianapolis initially. And then when we feel like we've got that right, then I think you definitely can look for us to grow and expand across the Midwest and certainly nationally as well.
Yeah. How about metrics? What will success of this initiative look like?
So we're tracking closely on the number of diverse applications we receive, the number of diverse hires, but also really importantly is the retention of staff over time as well. So continuing to see those metrics rise. They've risen every year for the last 2 years. And so hoping that we continue to see that progress over time, but also just anecdotally, as we think about the trajectory of the campaign long term, not just 5 years, but 10 years out, when you ask folks what's a great place to work in Indianapolis, we want to be part of that answer. We want to be in that list of places that folks think that Indianapolis Public Schools is a great place to work.
Yeah, and a final question for you, and you kind of answered it there, because I was curious about the vision here and how long of a term this might be. It sounds like this is not a 1 or 2 year deal. You're looking at this initiative with a longer lens.
Absolutely. I mean, for all the challenges that COVID presented, we want to make sure that with our talent strategy, we are taking this opportunity to be bold and aggressive with a strategy that's going to meet this moment, but also set the district up for success, not just in the short term, but in the long term as well.
Proving what's possible, a new teacher recruitment and retention initiative at Indianapolis Public Schools. Alex Moseman, the Director of Talent and Acquisition at IPS. Very interesting initiative, and we'll look forward to following its progress in the coming months.
Thanks, Gary.